I often coach women who are really struggling with sobriety. They've read all the books, they've done all the things, and yet when I work with them and talk to them about their basic human needs, it often turns out that that's the thing that they are not meeting at all. So urges to drink will be stronger and will be more frequent when you aren't taking care of yourself. And what I'm about to share with you isn't rocket science. It might sound a bit simple, but it's important. And it's about meeting your basic human needs. And when you fail to do that, then you will probably experience more cravings, and then turning to something outside of yourself, like alcohol, will become a lot more appealing. So I believe there are 4 basic human needs that you want to be focused on, particularly in early sobriety: sleep, nourishment, joy, and comfort. And I'm going to talk a bit about each one. So let's look at sleep first. I work with a lot of successful, high-achieving women who are used to burning the candle at both ends. And if sleep is something that you frequently sacrifice and you're often or always a bit sleep deprived, then that's going to reduce your ability to handle stress and stay aligned with your sober goals and make decisions that are in alignment with your bigger vision and what you really want. And here's the trap a lot of people get caught in. You think you can't go to bed earlier and prioritize sleep because you won't get everything that you need to get done finished. But by staying up later, you are actually perpetuating this cycle where you always have a bit too much on your plate, but somehow you still get it all done. You get it done, but the sacrifice is you and your sleep and your sobriety and your health. So I know it's easy to dismiss someone like me saying, oh, you need to get more sleep. But often that lack of sleep is part of a bigger problem about you feeling as if you have to do it all, or you can't delegate, or you can't ask for help or be supported. And the chances are that some of that stuff is part of your drinking too. So I mentioned sleep as one of those basic human needs to work on. The next one is nourishment. But by that, I mean, yes, eating good food, but also drinking enough water. So being hungry and thirsty around wine o'clock will make your cravings so much worse. And I coach a lot of women who are in a pattern of chronic undereating because they want to save those calories for alcohol, or they don't want to eat and then risk taking the edge off the alcohol buzz. So think about that. Are you really eating enough? Do you know how much food you need during the day? Or have you spent most of your life even, on a diet? And are you drinking enough water? Not tea or coffee, but actual water. Like I said, basic, but so important. Next, I want to talk about joy and comfort. Those are the 2 other very important basic human needs that we all have and a lot of people overlook. Maybe right now your go-to tool for injecting joy into a boring day is pouring a glass of wine. Or maybe you knock back a beer for comfort after a bad day. Now, there is nothing wrong with needing joy and needing comfort. They are basic human needs. They aren't wrong at all. It's just that you want to find other ways of meeting those needs for yourself, healthier ways. So think about what else could bring you joy. You have got to have that in your day somewhere. Or maybe you have lots of joy in your day, but you are not great at comforting yourself. Personally, that's what I had to work on. That's what I needed to practice the most. The things that I tend to turn to now for that tend to be things like having a bath, curling up with a good book, going to bed early, calling a friend. Those are all very comforting for me, but you might prefer different things. And that's the key here. What is it that's right for you? Like, if you like running and it brings you joy, then great. But if you don't try and meet your need with that. And sometimes people tell me things like they're going to manage their urges to drink by staying busy and cleaning. And I'm always like, what? That's not a good idea. Because that urge to drink, that craving, is probably coming up because there's an unmet need for joy or comfort. And unless you really love cleaning, then mopping the floor isn't going to meet that need or feel great. So make sure you're doing the right things there. I hope this video is your cue to check in on those 4 basic human needs: sleep, nourishment, joy, and comfort. Check that you are doing things to meet those needs. I often say to the women I work with that sobriety is like this kind of jigsaw puzzle, and we're bringing together several different pieces to get them to a place where alcohol is no longer needed. And being able to meet your basic human needs without having to fall on alcohol, that is one of those key puzzle pieces. So wherever you're watching this, please scroll down and let me know in the comments if what I've said today has resonated with you or made you think. And I'd also love to hear about where you're at with meeting your basic human needs without wine.